It's Week 16 of the NFL.
And up next, we'll get a look at Ladd McConkey, who's closing in on...
The holidays have arrived. Thank you for spending a part of them with us. We're away in Week 16 on EA Sports. He stopped on the return at the 27. So out head the Raiders for their first possession. They'll be led out by a proud Samoan and one of your few fellow lefty QBs, Brock, Tua Tagovailoa.
And he wonders, he's about to take his first snap today. Yeah, he took care of the football last week, Kate. That was great. No interceptions. But just the one touchdown. I'm curious if he cranks up that aggressive knob today.
Out of the shotgun, they'll give it to him inside. And he'll go down after fighting his way to the 32. Halfway to the marker, it's 2nd and 5. On play action, here's Tagovailoa. That's complete to Bowers outright. And they're on him after about a 2-yard gain. Roger McCreary brings him down that time. So not a holding call. One of the linemen actually too far downfield that time. That's what drew the flag. 2nd and 10 now. He's going to push one deep down the right. And he's there to send that one away incomplete. Unable to find Adonai Mitchell with that one. So they're left facing 3rd and long. Blitz coming, Tua. Chargers bringing the pressure, and they got him. So on 4th down, outruns J.K. Scott to send it skyward. Coming off 4 punts in that loss, and he boots his first of this game away. Goes for the fair catch, and he's got it at the 34-yard line. So now out comes the Charger offense for their initial drive of the game. And amidst the veterans, it's this rookie quarterback leading them out.
Just an all-around great performance from him last week, Kate, in the win. Those 2 touchdowns he had played a big part in the victory, no question. But so did keeping it clean, not throwing a pick. You want to become friendly with your own defense? Make sure they don't have any extra possessions to defend. He did his job, and so did his teammates.
Big gain, 14 on the play. And it brings up an LA first down.
They had the first down by a comfortable margin right there. Remember that play call. Put that one away. Could be a money play for them the next time they're in a similar spot.
Johnson gets it on 1st and 10. And he'll cross the 50 and start pushing onto the opposing side of the field. Halfway to the marker, it's 2nd and 5. From the 46. Dump off caught by his back. And the defense gets there to force a small loss. Here they come. This is 3rd and 5. Running back sent in motion. From the gun on 3rd down. He has the first over the middle. And he'll be brought down here at the 23-yard line. They'll come up 1st and 10. Pass play now. Complete out to the right. And they get this down to the 12-yard line before being stopped. First down from the red zone. He brings it in. And he has it down to the 8-yard line on the play. 2nd and 6 coming up here. Out of the gun, they'll give it to him inside. And he gets them a little closer to the end zone, down to the 6. Shotgun now on 3rd down. He's got it. And this one does not go far. The Chargers selecting to try for the field goal. This is a chip shot from the left hash. And it is good. No problems there on the shorter attempt. And that will get them on the board. The Chargers kicking team is out, and they'll put a charge into this one. Starting from the 5. Coverage team gets him down at the 26-yard line. They're out and set, 1st and 10. From the gun, here's a handoff. And they're able to grind him to a halt after a pickup of 4. 2nd and 6 coming up here. Off the play fake, here's Tagovailoa. Bails out of the pocket. Oh, he was on the move, but so was the defense, and they take him down. Wonder what's in the playbook here as they come up on 3rd and 11. They go play action with Tagovailoa. Has it downfield, working the left. And he's going to go down right along midfield stripe. 1st down, here's Tua. He smartly won't risk something here and just chucks it away. Couldn't connect on 1st, it's 2nd down. Throwing again, here's Tua. That's going to be caught by Mitchell. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. They get 20 yards out of the play and move the chains. 1st and 10 now from the 30. Here's the lone back on the handoff. And he'll get this down to the 23-yard line before they stop him. Good run, gets him 7. That brings up 2nd and 3. From the 23. Ooh, would have been a big gainer if they connected, but they could not. Instead, 3rd down coming up. Here's a give up the middle. And this play reaches the 12-yard line before the stop is made. That's an 11-yard pickup, and it gives them the 1st down.
You love a huddle. Okay, you really do. You love a huddle full of guys like this who just know how to keep the drive moving forward. There's some trust there that he's going to get the job done, and he's going to get another shot, I would guess, down the line.
And he made a bid for it. It's a good gain that's stopped down at the 3. Just a little short, but still a 9-yard pickup. That's going to bring up 2nd and 1. Tua now from the gun. And this will be a Las Vegas touchdown. The Raiders pull ahead 6-3 in the 1st. It's an Adonai Mitchell touchdown. They were throwing for it there, and they didn't care who knew about it, Bronk. And it turns out, hey, nothing was going to stop them either.
Yeah, there's something about an empty formation. You are declaring to a defense, other than QB draw, this ball is going to be in the air. But at the same time, you also force the defense's hand. There's only so many coverages they can play, and they just exposed them.
Patterson able to connect on the point after. And the Raiders take a 4-point lead. Reed now to kick this one away. This one's fielded at the 4-yard line. Good looking return here, and he's got room. The Chargers and their quarterback ready to take over once again. And they've been willing to both call runs for him and let him ad-lib as he sees fit. He's top 5 for rushing yards by a quarterback this season. Ball at the 33 for 1st down. They'll run here from the gun. And all he can get is 1 yard. Ran that right into the defensive front. They'll come to the line here, 2nd and 9. Here's a throw. Has him on the quick hitter. And he's tackled after gaining a handful.
He's just one of those guys, Kate. Even when he's not open, he's still a target thanks to that physicality and his ability to just play bully ball. They don't like forcing into coverage, but sometimes when you got a bully like him that can create space, just find a way to get him the ball. You can earn your money in the NFL in all sorts of different ways, but defensively, in a league where you're just not hitting as much in training camp, you're not tackling as much as they got to in the old days, when you can make a play in the open field, keep them short like that, I promise you some money will follow.
That's taken at the 15. And before that return amounts to much, they bring him down. 58 yards on the punt there. And it'll be Raider football. Now the Raider offense headed back to the field. On first down, here's Tagovailoa. Pass complete to Wiley. And he'll go down after pushing this up to the 29. After a good pickup, they're set up with second and short. Tagovailoa off the play fake. Oh, someone stepped in. It's intercepted. Roger McCreary takes it away. And the Chargers will take over as he records his first interception of our season. Well, I know I don't need to tell you, partner, but if you're going to try to get aggressive, really push a throw downfield like that, you have to be smart about how you do it.
Yeah, that is spot on, Kate. If you've got to find that spot when you know the coverage won't be able to hold up, especially as you go 20, 30, 40 yards down the field. Hey, listen, these defenders in the league today, you throw a ball deep down the field like that, it turns into a 50-50 ball. More times than not, they can make a play and take it away just as they did.
They'll come out throwing. And his perfect start is over. And that's the first one of his throws to wind up incomplete. No dice on that prior pass. Here's second down. Lone back in the backfield, and he gets the handoff. And that's good yardage with a new set of downs.
Offensive coordinators tell us all the time, big runs only happen with coordinated efforts. Great block in the spring of guys hitting blocks downfield and a back who can show off his wheels.
Oh, try forcing it to the slants. It's intercepted. And the Raiders are going to have it after his second interception of the season. Well, no doubt there was some doom and gloom on the sideline following their interception, right? But a little bit of new life now as their defense picks him up, gets it right back for him.
Hey, I am all for a nice little game of one-upmanship between these two defenses. You picked our guy off, fine. We'll answer right away. See how you follow that up.
The Vegas offense getting set for another drive now. They are coming off their first interception of the game. This drive now a chance to rebuild some confidence. Lone back in the backfield, and they give it to him. And he'll push this upfield and earn them a new set of downs.
Some backs are easier to tackle than others. Some, well, they just choose violence. They look for those opportunities to bust through tackles and keep those legs pumping.
Going to the ground again on first. And he pushes forward, but they don't get much there. He gets a couple on first, and they'll come up 2nd and 8. Out of the gun, Tagovailoa. That winds up incomplete and brings an end to our opening quarter. It's the end of the first in this AFC West showdown. Neither side separating much so far. We're back to SoFi right after this. Time now for the second quarter. Raiders in possession. They've got 3rd and 8. Shotgun snap now to Tagovailoa. This ball's cut by Bowers. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a first down. It's a pickup of 26. And that's a Vegas first down.
Good offenses. Okay, good play callers know how to utilize their personnel. They know where they wanted them. They wanted them in a route in space where he could make that initial play comfortably, but then go to work after.
Tagovailoa on first down. Makes the grab in bounds left side. They get 18 yards out of it and a new set of downs.
I love throwing on first down. And when you see a first down pass just like that, it's taking advantage of a matchup you planned for, and you go out and execute.
Here's Tagovailoa again. And this will be a Las Vegas touchdown. The Raiders pick it off and get points on the ensuing drive. Well, they definitely wanted to get that one out quick, Brock. They did just that, and it ends in 6.
We hear it all the time, but it is so true, Kate. This is a game about matchups. And when you see a throw that quick, it really was determined pre-snap. It was great design and tremendous execution.
Patterson on for the extra point. Right down the middle. It's good. And the Raiders drive their lead to 11. Reed now to kick this one away. Returning it from the 4. And he's going to make this to the 28 before going down. Drive starts out with a 1st and 10. Drive begins with a run by Johnson. And he's able to power this forward, but they stop him after 2 yards. Well, we see the medical staff headed out there now. We're going to get a timeout as they handle an injured player. Not what you want to see so close to the end of the season. 8 yards to go. Let's see how they approach this 2nd down. Here's Johnson again. And once again, he doesn't manage much before getting brought down. They push it forward for a yard. That brings up 3rd and 8. Now looking to throw. Flush down out to his left. Oh, he's going to run for it. And he's going to be brought down at the 42. Pickup of 12 on that play. And the Chargers will have a 1st. Lone back gets the handoff. And they sent it straight ahead, but the front stops him after a gain of 3.
You know, not a ton of yards, but still showing that commitment to the ground game. The type of run that keeps the defense from loading up in coverage and focusing entirely on that passing game.
And this is through the midfield stripe and onto the Raiders' side of the field. Give him 5 yards to bring up a manageable 3rd and 1.
That's a gain of 5. Brings up 3rd and 1.
Johnson up the middle. And that's good yardage there with a new set of downs to boot.
Win the early battle. Get a little leverage. Low man wins off the line, and that's all that was needed to ensure that 1st down right there.
Slot receiver headed left. Changing things up. They're going to throw now. That one's caught along the left sideline. They rip off a big chunk of field, and it sets them up with 1st and goal.
Every tight end worth his salt wanted this. Really craved man-to-man coverage. The best of them, give me man-to-man coverage, and I'm going to beat you. I was around Dallas Clark and Indy, one of the best. You play man-to-man, he's going to find a way to out-leverage you, separate from you, and make a play just as that tight end did.
Option play headed right on 1st and goal. And he's caught behind the line for a loss.
It's easy for me to say up here in the friendly confines of the booth, Kate, but that was not the right read. And you hate seeing him absorb yet another hit at the end of the play. You never want him taking unnecessary shots throughout this game.
Throwing on 2nd and 11. Dumped off to his running back. And they bring him down at the 7-yard line.
That's a defense's goal, right, Kate? Just get us to 3rd down so we can have a chance to get off the field. And that was a good adjustment on that stop in particular, when the back ended up being the target, and they were able to keep him short of the sticks.
And he's able to get it to the 2 before the stop. Now after that play, we have somebody banged up down there. Injuries never welcome sight so close to the end of the season. They're out to attend to him. 3 plays haven't gotten it done. Now a 4th to try to reach that end zone. Here we go with Johnson. And he runs it across. Touchdown! The Chargers make it a one-score game in the first half. Well, they took a gamble, and it paid off with a touchdown on 4th and goal.
And to do it on the ground at that's a confidence builder. Confidence builder for the big guys up front. Confidence builder for the running back to win at the line of scrimmage. And frankly, Kate, a confidence builder for this fan base that loves coaches being aggressive and going for it on 4th down.
That one splits the uprights. And the Chargers cut the lead down to 4. We've got a good one here. They've cut the lead to 4 as they send it away. This one's fielded at the 4-yard line. And pretty solid field position starting out here, Brock. He's tackled at the 29. The Raiders returning their offense and this running back to the field. And after the impressive drive we just witnessed, you gotta imagine that they are hoping to respond with something similar.
Yeah, and I don't love to use the word can't, right? But this can't be a 3-and-out for this offense right here. They got to give their defense a chance to catch their breath and turn some of the momentum in the building. I think I could see his eyes from the booth. He was envisioning the return and simply dropped it. We've got to secure the pick before anything else.
Tagovailoa now working from the gun. Dumps it off to his running back. And he won't salvage that. It's a loss on the play.
That pass, it did put him in a position where he had to shake a defender. That's all you want. Give me a one-on-one. And he is capable of doing it, but not against that dude. That defender could not be shook, and he knocked him back across the line.
Tagovailoa facing 3rd and long. He's on the move. He's running for it. Gets out of harm's way after stringing together some nice yards on that run.
You know, Kate, back in the day, we had a slip and slide of practice for moments just like that. Actually practicing how to slide and get out of harm's way. Nice gain on the play. And denied that defense yet another chance to take a shot on him.
J.K. Scott on the punt. And he'll try to have his second punt top his first one. Got 46 on his first punt, and this one's pushing a little more distance. He has it at the 22. And he gets his guys a few yards before they bring him down on the return. The Chargers back out on offense. Their running back headed out once again. They'll try to emphasize what worked on their last drive, which ended, Brock, in a touchdown. Handoff now out of the gun. And the power play up the gun only results in 2 yards.
Okay, that's a run that's ho-hum on the stat sheet, but if you see a bigger play on the ground later on, it'll largely be because of a play just like that one, softening up the front and opening the door for a bigger gap in the future.
And once again, he doesn't manage much before getting brought down. Let's see what they draw up on this 3rd and 7. They're going play action. And they can't connect on the 3rd down deep shot. Love the courage they had to try it, but it's incomplete, and now we've got 4th down. The Chargers lined up in punt formation. And he's getting the call for the second time this game. Got 44 yards on his first kick, Brock, and this one looks to be longer. And he's getting nothing on that return. They wrap him up almost at the exact spot that he fielded that punt. Big kick on that one, 62 yards. And they're going to take over possession. Mitchell now in motion left. On 1st down, they'll run. And this one gets to the 33-yard line before it's stopped. And that one goes for a gain of 11. And that's good for a Raiders first. Tua off the play fake. That one's incomplete. Had the connection, but some stone hands got in the way there. Couldn't connect on first. It's 2nd down. Here's Tagovailoa. That one falls to the turf. Couldn't hang on. It's incomplete. Looking for his wide receiver there. So now it's going to be 3rd and long. Shotgun snap, looking to throw. And disaster averted. He knocks away the deep ball, incomplete. Could not beat the defender there. And that brings up 4th and long. So once again, J.K. Scott out to punt it away. And he's certainly been staying busy. Once again, he's out to punt and sends this flying. And he's brought down before the return gets far. Call that a booming 56 yards in the end. And the Chargers take possession. Offense ready to begin this drive. 1st and 10. Trying to throw here out of the gun. And they're going to tag a defender with this one.
Pass interference. Defense.
And it's as we expected, partner. We call pass interference, so put it at the spot and give him that 1st down. Pass play on 1st and 10. Hits him on the out route. It's a pickup up 11. And it brings up an LA 1st down. New set of downs for him from the 46. To throw it on 1st down. And that's going to be knocked away, incomplete. Trying to force one through there. And we'll see what they do here on 2nd down. Throwing from the gun here. Short pass brought in. And he drives this across midfield and down into enemy territory.
Just get this guy touches. I don't care how, I don't care when. Just find unique ways to get this running back the ball, and over time, he's going to make you pay.
And he's dropped just short of the marker, maybe a yard away.
It may not show up as much on the old stat sheet, just a short little QB run, but what that does, Kate, is so important. Keeps that defense honest, and in particular, those defensive linemen, those cleats in the ground, they're not just coming after you in the pocket. Now they've got to think about you as a runner as well.
On now comes their punter. And he sends this away. Definitely his best kick of the game thus far. And that's well into the end zone, so a missed chance to stick them near the goal line. Instead, they're going to have the ball at the 20. The Raiders and this running back headed back out for a new series. And the drive will start out with a 1st and 10. They didn't add to their lead last time out, so they punted it away, but still ahead and able to add to it here. And that tackle stops him after a solid gain. Minute 6 on the play, bringing up 2nd and 4. Now Tagovailoa to throw. Completed over the middle. And he's tackled with the 1st down yardage.
I'm sure Coach, play caller doesn't mind making the job a little bit easier. You know, play calling's a lot simpler and easier when you count on the offense to move the chains on those early downs.
Option headed to the left on 1st down. And he's got 5, and we've got our 2-minute warning. Halfway to the marker, it's 2nd and 5. From the 39. That's completed right side. And that's going to move the chains.
That's just great instincts. Go air it out on 2nd down rather than just play conservative and run it. They hit a weak point in the coverage and don't need to worry about 3rd down at all.
1st down now, ball at the 39-yard line. Tua now from the gun. Throwing deep for the end zone. And he's got it. Has a layout for it, but touchdown. The Raiders grow their lead just before halftime. It's an Adonai Mitchell touchdown. His 2nd scoring catch of the game. All right, partner, what do you think? Was that a design read, or did he just see space and he was reacting more on the old quarterback instinct there?
Yes. I think yes on both of them, and that play happens so fast that it really is instincts on both sides.
Patterson tacks on the extra point. And the Raiders drive their lead to 11.
Chargers 10.
Reed now to kick this one away. This return starts at the 5. And a decent return ends as they bring him down inside the 30. They'll get this drive started. 1st and 10. He's dropping back to throw. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop him. Timeout called by the Chargers. They're first. Trying again following the sack. Flushed out of the pocket.
This is one of those occasions that it looks so promising when you take off as a quarterback, and then you're reminded just how fast these defenses are in the NFL. Couldn't quite move the chains, but it wasn't for a lack of trying.
All plays on the table here for 3rd and 3. Shotgun snap, they're going to throw. Trying to get away from the pressure, but he can't, and they drop him. And now the Raiders call for the first of their timeouts. Punt team is on now, and they get this away. And the fair catch made here at the 15. The Raiders and Adonai Mitchell getting set for another look here. And he finds himself across an important benchmark for yards this season after that last drive. He stayed pretty busy this season, and the numbers show just that. Tagovailoa on 1st down. Got a man, Bowers has it. And he'll get this up to the 18-yard line. 8 yards to go. Well, let's see how they approach this 2nd down. Shotgun snap now to Tagovailoa. That one is incomplete. The clock now down to 16 seconds remaining. They were looking for him again, Brock, and for a moment, we thought he had another catch, but then that contact knocked the football from his hands.
Kind of become a victim of his own early success. Not too different, Kate, than a pass rusher that gets a sack. You know what happens? Got to slide to him, got to chip to him. You get a receiver that gets it going like this, you know more contact and more focus is coming his way.
We've reached halftime, and it's a comfortable 11-point lead for him at the break. Now we'll go coast to coast. Jonathan Coachman standing by in our Orlando studios for the EA Sports Halftime Report. Take it away, Coach.
All right, Kate, thanks very much. More from you and Brock in a moment. But first, time for a look around the NFL to see what's going on here and what's already been an eventful afternoon of football. We'll begin our tour of the trip up to Toronto, Canada, where it was definitely a game with some intrigue, as you can see by the scoreline. Patrick Mahomes, as sharp as you can be throwing the football. 6 touchdown passes in the victory. From there, let's get over to the Rockies to check out the Broncos at home in Denver. And they were victorious in that one over the visiting Atlanta Falcons. Marvin Mims, a touchdown catch in the victory. Finally, let's get to the desert to check on the Cardinals at home in Glendale. And they were winners in that game over the visiting Detroit Lions. Trey Benson, a touchdown run in the victory. These two teams heading out of the tunnel, and we're ready to get back to it. For the call of the second half, here is the great Kate T. Scott. Kate?
As always, a hat tip to Coach for his hard work during the break, as we're happy to welcome y'all back for the start of our 3rd quarter. Starting from the 5. And pretty solid field position starting out here, Brock. He's tackled at the 29. Los Angeles getting its offense set to go to begin the 3rd. That passing game they went to in the first half, it's going to need to be firing to start this 2nd half, too, as they chase this lead. They're out and set, 1st and 10. From the gun, Johnson. And he found some running room for a nice gain. Give him 9 yards. He almost moved the chains there. It's going to be 2nd and 1.
Brings up 2nd and a yard.
From the gun, they're going to hand it off. And the defense is all over this one for a big loss.
Kate, it's amazing how fast these guys are on the field and how fast your fortunes can turn. 2nd and short run, you're feeling good about yourself. With a negative play, well, now comes a critical third down.
And it's incomplete, and that's going to bring up fourth down.
You know, it's a point of emphasis in practice each and every week, no matter where we go. How are we going to attack the coverage on third down? Well, they chose the wrong play off that call sheet that time.
Fourth down, and on comes the punt team, and the kick's away. Fields this at the 19. And before that return amounts to much, they bring him down. That punt gets up to 59 yards. And it's going to be their football coming up. Drive starts out with a 1st and 10. Plowing up the middle. And he's short of the first after a mile gain. A nice 6-yard pickup. They're going to have 2nd and 4. From the 28. He's got a man left. And he'll pick up enough to move the chains.
You know, it sure seems like he knew exactly where he was going with that before the snap. That's a pre-snap decision that led to a post-snap first down.
First down, here's Tua. Bails out of the pocket quick. He's on the move.
Tick, 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 tick. You know, his internal clock right there told him it was time to escape, and good thing he listened to it. He was able to make something out of nothing and at least move them forward.
Second and 3. This finds Mitchell, complete. And he's tackled with the first down yardage. Out of the gun, Tagovailoa. Catch made over the middle. And he pushes this down to the 42 before going down. Options are open here. It's 2nd and inches. Out of the gun, they'll give it to him inside. And he's brought down after a nice gain and a first down.
That's certainly a spot where you could be more aggressive, Kate, if you wanted to take your shots. But some coaches, even the bolder ones, will take the safe play first when they get it from time to time. No third down required now.
Tagovailoa on first down. Escapes the pocket. He can run it. And that's good yardage with a new set of downs.
You know, these are the type of plays that really get an offense going. This is a chance for QB to inspire the guys around him. Calling his own number, carrying his teammates to a first down on that big run. That inflates an offense, and it can suck the wind out of that defense.
And he runs this down to around the 12-yard line. Give him 5 on that carry. Bring it up 2nd and 5. Back to the well again. And he'll pick up enough to move the chains.
Most of the people watching will forget about that play in a couple minutes, but the coaches won't forget. He has that filed away the next time he really needs to pick up a few yards.
Fullback trying to power it across. And he's brought down for a loss.
I know they had bigger visions when they called that play. This is one of those spots, Kate, where when a defense is dialed in, especially in the red zone, it's very tough to surprise them with anything.
Tagovailoa working from the pistol. And that's caught. Touchdown, Las Vegas. The Raiders push their lead further to start the half. It's an Adonai Mitchell touchdown. His 3rd through the air this game. It's plays like this that make him so well regarded across this league, Brock.
Yeah, such just a difference-making receiver, Kate.
Yep.
You expect him to be the target down here. You did, I did, the defenders did. But what makes him a star is even when people know his number's being called, he still finds a way to deliver.
That one right down the middle. And the Raiders push their lead to 18. Reed now to kick this one away. Return coming from the 6. Coverage team gets him down at the 26-yard line. Out comes the offense now for the Chargers. And I'm sure they're tired of bringing out the punter, Brock. They're hopefully going to give him some rest this time around and find some points to go after that lead. Tight end reels in the shallow throw. And he'll take it up to the 30 before being brought down. 2nd and 6 coming up here.
2nd and 6 at the 30-yard line.
Back to throw now. Has him on the quick hitter. And he's up to the 35-yard line as they reel him in. 3rd down, 1 yard to go.
Brings up 3rd and 1.
Motioning the tight end now. 3rd and short, he's taking the option right. And they'll take him down at the 43-yard line. It's a pickup of 9 yards. And the Chargers will have a first. A tight end in motion now. Out of the shotgun, they'll give it to him inside. And this run's limited to a minimal gain up to about the 44. They'll come to the line here, 2nd and 9. Now they'll throw out of the gun. Makes the grab in bounds left side. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. This play goes for 36. And it brings up an LA first down.
You know, Kate, we often talk about flipping the field in special teams, right? A kick return, a good punt. Well, an explosive play like that does the exact same thing. Look at the difference in field position. By hitting on that shot, you've totally flipped the field and the tone of this drive.
Working inside the red zone. Waller with the catch. And he's able to get this down to the 13.
That is the epitome of staying on schedule. That kind of completion right there on 1st down. Well, it opens up the entirety of the playbook for 2nd down. And the 3rd and short in your back pocket. You can get even more aggressive and take that shot.
And he's able to get it to the 2 before the stop. A nice pickup of 11 there, Brock, and they'll have 1st and goal to figure out. They'll try and punch it in. We'll take it in. Touchdown, Los Angeles. The Chargers shrinking the lead some in the 3rd. All right, so the offense does its job, Brock. Now they need their defense to give them a chance to overcome that big deficit.
The momentum in the building's clearly changed. We can feel it here in the booth, but you're right. It's now up to the defense to make a stop and give them a chance.
That one splits the uprights. And the Chargers make it an 11-point ball game. The Chargers kicking team is out, and they'll put a charge into this one. He fields it from the 8. Coverage team gets him down at the 26-yard line. The visitors are back on offense. Tua Tagovailoa out there once again. And on that last drive, Brock, he crossed a notable threshold in passing yards for the season. Always nice when you can reach one of those plateaus to look back on after the year's over. And the defense gets there to force a small loss.
Well, he was supposed to be the one who chipped away a few and got a new set of downs started right in rhythm. Instead, he's now forced to pick himself from behind the line thanks to a great effort defensively.
Another carry for him. And he found some running room for a nice gain. Pickup of 7 yards on the play. That's going to bring up 3rd and 5. Tagovailoa now working from the gun. Connects with Wiley. And he's tackled with the first down yardage.
You're not going to last long in the National Football League if you don't convert a good chunk of your 3rd downs. Nice find there to continue the series.
Here's the one back on the handoff. And the push forward doesn't get beyond the line. Kirby Joseph up for the stop. 2nd and 10. Need to get some positive yardage here. To throw, Tunga Vailoa. He's got it to him yet again, and that one is caught. And he has it up towards midfield before he's taken down at the 47. Battle coming up on 3rd and inches. We're through 3 on this holiday weekend. This one not out of reach quite yet, but it is a 2-score game to begin the 4th. One yard, all that's needed. This is 3rd and inches. Blown back in the backfield, and he gets the handoff. And in a rarity today, he's stopped at the line of scrimmage. It goes, there's no gain on the 3rd down run, and now they face 4th down.
As that linebacker makes that tackle right in the middle of the field, all I'm thinking about right now, Kate's training camp. Because that's a middle drill right there. That is textbook. What you do in training camp, coming to life when it matters.
Punter takes the field on 4th down, and he sends this one flying. So no return on that punt. And the Chargers are going to take over deep in their own territory. Possession switching back to the LA offense as they head out. And I think they'd be content doing everything the same as their prior drive and getting another touchdown here. It's out, that's a live ball, bouncing near the goal line. And a stunning loss there, Brock. He ends up in his own end zone. That is a wild safety. Well, Brock, you know that I like to spin positive. So at the very least, they were able to get to that fumble and only give up 2. Easily could have been 6 there.
Well, why don't you haul down to the field and tell those defenders to be positive, too? Because some of their body language is a little dejected. I get it. You wanted 6 points once that ball hit the deck. But cheer up, boys. 2 points in possession, that's not bad either.
Free kick out of bounds. Kicking team.
And this drive is going to have some great starting field position as a result of that short kick. First and 10 now. Here's Tunga Vailoa. He throws a bullet deep to the right side.
Any DB prefers a highlight reel interception to just forcing an incomplete pass. As soon as he realized the pick wasn't possible on the play, he gets his hands on it and made sure it wasn't completed.
Catch made by Mitchell. And the tackle's made just beyond midfield at the 48. It's a gain of 12 there. And that's a Vegas first down. Tua off the play fake. Oh, he put everything he had into that throw. Big gain downfield. Touchdown. Well, Brock, not much to say other than the fact that this offense on point. They are just clicking today.
Just rolling. I mean, this is clinic. This is what I call teaching tape. Being well prepared and, more importantly, going out there and executing at a high level.
Raiders leaving the offense out there. They want to add 2 more to that touchdown.
The Raiders will line up for the 2-point conversion.
Here's Tunga Vailoa again. Escapes out to the... And he won't get away. They bring him down. The sack prevents them from adding another 2 more to that lead. Ooh, this is so tough, Brock. You understand what he was trying to do. Make something happen. Ended up outside the pocket, but even some added creativity can't yield 2 points here.
You get down here on these 2-point conversions, the real estate just gets gobbled up in a hurry. Not only for the QB, but the receivers as well. Only so much time to try to make something work before that defender said, not in my house.
This return starts at the 5. He stopped on the return at the 27. Now LA getting its offense all set to go. Offense ready to begin this drive. 1st and 10. They'll come out throwing. Setting up the screen. And this one's brought to a halt at about the 36-yard line.
That's what you call efficiency. Exactly what you're looking for on first down. Textbook. It sets up second and very manageable, and then creates that space if you want to take a shot downfield.
And he'll go down, and we'll say right at the 39-yard line. Give him 3 on that gain. And the Chargers will have a first. Pass play coming here. Flushed out of the pocket. And they get to him as he was trying to make something happen. And they're going to have to regroup after this one.
Final quarter, this quarterback's just feeling the need to do a little extra, try to make something happen outside the pocket. But the problem, defense wouldn't let them. They have that same kind of urgency. They want to make some plays of their own before they hit the showers. And they got one right there with that sack.
That's an incomplete pass. Couldn't find a home there. Not on the same page with his tight end. That's going to leave him with a tough 3rd and long. Back to throw. He's on the move. He'll make a bid for it on the ground. It's on the turf. The ball's out. He lost it. Oh, and they got it back. This play is still live. That play gains 15, and it moves the sticks. Ooh, so close to a big play defensively there, Brock, but now these guys got to stay out there. They were unable to bring in the fumble. They just forced.
They do. Got to bring a little bit of juice, but kind of like a boxer when they get a guy cut, they know. Man, if I get that first cut, I can make them bleed. And you get that ball out the first time, I guarantee you, I promise you, those guys are thinking they'll get it the next.
After a good pickup, they've got 2nd and 4. They kick the running back in motion. From the 41. Oh, tried forcing it to the slants. It's intercepted. The rookie from Ohio State takes it away.
Well, that's now his 2nd time that he's put his defense in a tough spot. That's a hard thing about playing quarterback, Kate. You know, with these interceptions and now the 2nd on the day, you're asking your defense again to step up to another series, another possession, another challenge. This quarterback's got to start protecting the football.
Out comes Las Vegas on offense. And all the touchdowns are sure going to catch some eyes around the league, but sure not unexpected for those of us who saw how well he was throwing it back when he got his first couple of scores.
Yeah, and if anything, he's only continued to improve and play better as this defense tried and failed to find any way to slow him down.
A good starting spot for the Raiders as they come up 1st and 10. Blown back in the backfield, and they give it to him. And he drives it up past the 45. Give him around 6. That's going to make it 2nd and 4. Back-to-back carries here. And he'll pick up enough to move the chains.
Ooh, I like that. I really like that execution to move the chains. Now that 3rd down call that they had ready, well, they can stick it right back in their pocket for a later occasion.
Going to the ground again on 1st. And he won't get anything there. Several defenders nearby to hold him up. 2nd and 10. Need to get some positive yardage here. They give it to him again. And they'll bring him down after a pretty short gain. Only a couple yards there, and now it's 3rd and 7. Here's an option play right side. And he's got a decent gain before being brought down. 5 yards there on 3rd down, so that's going to make this 4th and short much more interesting.
The difference right there, Kate, between that gain and a big hit for a loss is really quick decision-making. He made a quick read, saw the running back was going to get hit if he handed it, and he pulls it himself for a positive gain.
The Raiders bringing out the punting unit. And he's going to do the honors for the 4th time today. He put too much juice into that one. It lands in the end zone. We're bringing things out to the 20-yard line. The Chargers are being led back out there on offense by their quarterback. And as we can see here, it hasn't been the easiest game for him to operate out there, right? Number of rough moments for him. This defense able to pick him off twice to highlight their performance against him. And the drive will start out with a 1st and 10. Looking to throw here and shake off that previous INT. That one is incomplete. Couldn't hang on through the contact. You go middle of the field against zone coverage, Brock. You know this firsthand. You are throwing into rush hour, and there aren't a lot of easy completions to be found in that part of the field.
Yeah, and a lot of those throws, Kate, you're signing your guy up to take some sort of hit. It's on you to protect your guys. Credit that defense for flying around and making the play.
They rip off a huge chunk of field as the downs reset.
Well, I think he was looking for that running lane and that running room from the very start right there, partner. Even as he worked through his progression initially, he was waiting for space to open, and then he takes advantage with his legs.
And he's only able to power this forward for about 3 yards. 2nd down now, 7 to go.
Brings up 2nd and 7.
Takes off right out of the read option. And he's tackled with the 1st down yardage.
And just in case this offense didn't have enough to contend with, now you got to worry about a quarterback that could do what he just did. Tote the ball himself for a big run.
They pitch it out to him here. And they've got him behind the line for a big loss.
Situational football. Looking at 1st and goal, these defenses know what's coming at them. More often than not, a run play. It really is better to throw the ball unless you've got a way to disguise the run, and there was no disguising on that one.
And they bring him down at the 7-yard line. And now we'll get a pause here. Trainers headed out to take a look at an injured player. Let's hope it isn't anything that's going to keep him from finishing this season strong. They've held him out twice. Here we go. 3rd and goal. He's going to throw this one. That heater is going to fall to the turf. No luck finding his receiver that time. And that brings up 4th and goal. Trying to throw here out of the gun. And he's going to go down. They get to him on 4th and goal and complete the defensive stand.
I'm going to guess a little deal was cut there by these pass rushers in the huddle. You guys in the secondary, just buy us a little time. We don't need perfect coverage. Just tighten things up so we can get home, and boy, did they ever in a big moment.
This offense running out for a new series, led by their running back. Even though they've got a 3-score lead, still a lot of time left, so they're going to try to grow it even further. They'll get this drive started. 1st and 10. Now a give on the counter. And he'll get this up to the 19-yard line as he stopped. Halfway there on 1st down. That brings up 2nd and 5. Lone back gets the handoff. And he's tackled after gaining a handful. Give him 4 yards there, and they only need 1 more now on 3rd down. Two now from the gun. That's caught for the 1st. And he'll pick up enough to move the chains.
You know, they call that the money down for a reason, because you're just simply not going to last long in the NFL if you don't convert a good portion of your 3rd downs. It's the money down. And nice to see them roll the dice and continue the series.
A give now from the gun. And he found some running room for a nice gain. Call it 9 yards. Looked like a first for a moment. It's 2nd and 1. It's the 2-minute warning here in L.A. Raiders, well, they could probably just run away and hide. Nice spot here for the offense. It's 2nd and 1. Now we're on the counter. And he's caught behind the line for a loss.
I know from the position of the quarterback, Kate, sometimes you hand that ball, you put it in the belly of the running back, and you send him right into the teeth of a buzzsaw. You can feel it from the jump, and that call from the defense, well, it came at the perfect time.
The handoff on 3rd and short. And he has it up towards midfield before he's taken down at the 47. And that one goes for a gain of 11. And that's good for a Raiders first. Here's a give up the middle. And he's brought down for a loss.
This is one of those situations, Kate, where I watch the body language of the running back because it'd be very easy for him to raise his hands up, look to the sideline in his O-line and go, what am I supposed to do there? There was nothing, no time at all to try and escape and react. Instead, it goes backwards.
So put this in the win column for the Raiders. And they take not just a victory, but some serious year-long bragging rights home with them after this one, as they finish off the sweep of their division rivals. So for Brock Eward, our incredible crew, everybody here at EA Sports, I'm Kate Scott signing off. We'll see you next time. The Raiders winners as we say goodbye from Los Angeles.